Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update because there are several things, a lot of things actually, that they did not talk about on the website or in the patch notes. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so the very first thing I want to go over is, of course, the keyword. The keyword is gods_b_operative. Once you type that in any chat, then you're going to press escape, you're going to go to your systems, go to get campaign items, receive item account, and right here under David Plays NGS, you actually get 50 star gems as well as a weapon camo, so make sure to pick that up. And then on top of that, we also get compensation for a bug regarding the Endemio as well as the Astrio S capsules. There was a bug where they weren't working as intended, like they just didn't work at all actually. And so we do get compensated 20 star gems as well as 3 special scratch tickets, so that is pretty nice. The next thing I want to remind everyone is to go to item codes over here and make sure to check your email if you are subscribed to the newsletter. The newsletter is going to look something like this, as I'm going to pull it up on the screen right now. If you did subscribe to their newsletter, you should have received that email with a code at the bottom. Simply go to item codes over here and type in the code in order to receive your rewards. Now, the rewards will not be sent to your mailbox. They actually get sent to the operation team storage right here, and you will get 3 NEXP plus 25%, 3 and rare drop rate plus 25%, as well as a Lilipan suit, which is a pretty interesting choice on why they decided to give a Lilipan suit. But nevertheless, make sure to just pick that up. Now, as for the weapon camo that David gave us, it is the Elysion. It looks pretty awesome, to be honest. When I first saw this, I thought it was like the Jade Cutter from Genshin Impact. It kind of looks like it. But no, it's not the Jade Cutter, and it only applies to sword weapons and not katana weapons, unfortunately. But nevertheless, it's still a really awesome skin. You could decide to sell it. I think it's going to sell for a good amount of money, 150,000, 200,000, simply because it does look pretty dang good. All right, the next thing I want to go over is if you play on Steam, they very sneakily added in a Steam sale of some sort, which they did not talk about in the game at all. But as you can see, you can purchase 1000 AC for 30% off, or you can purchase 10,000 AC for 30% off. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's something, you know, 30% off is pretty nice. As you can see over here, I did buy the 1000 AC because I will be whaling for the December 27th scratch when that comes out next week. Alright, with all of that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about are, of course, the new capsules. So we do have the Lux Hal Finale. So as you can see, the stats is actually plus 20 HP, 6 photon power, as well as 5% potency, versus the regular Hal Finale, which is 15 HP, 5 PP, as well as 4% potency. So we get an increase of 5 HP, 1 photon power, as well as 1% potency with the Lux Hal Finale. Now, in order to craft the Lux Hal Finale, you do need 10 of these Foundia capsules as well as 5 regular Hal Finale capsules in order to craft this. However, there is a second recipe. If you go to page 2 over here, it costs exactly the same in terms of materials because it's 10 Foundia and then it's just 150 Aegisol Force as well as 50 of each of the Dominas. So instead of converting all of these into a Hal Finale, you can just use them as raw materials instead, because that way you save a little bit of Meseta. You save like 1,000 Meseta, but I mean, sure, there's that option if you really want to. But something else that slid under the radar is they actually added Stamina 4, Spirit 4, as well as Guard 4 into the game. So as you can see, Stamina 4 gives you 20 HP, Spirit 4 gives you 6 photon power, and Guard 4 gives you 3% damage resistance. They just snuck these in, and I was just like, wait a second, I've never seen these capsules before, and they now exist. So there's that. Now, for those who are wondering where on earth do you actually farm these Foundia capsules, you can simply kill any starless gigantic enemy to get these. However, another mob that also drops this is going to be the King Captain. A lot of people don't know about this, but you simply just keep killing the King Captains and you will get Foundia capsules from them. So if you're really enjoying the veteran farm grind, which in my personal opinion, I think that's the best piece of content that's available right now, you can actually get Foundia capsules just by playing that type of game mode and just farming there. So you don't need to go out and farm Starless Gigantics if you don't want to. Now, another thing I want to point out is, of course, the HAL Finale prices have skyrocketed. They went down quite a bit right now. You know, they're about like 1 million-ish. However, yesterday they're at like 1.3 million. It was actually kind of crazy. Now, for those who are interested in the veteran farming, well, you can simply go to South Rotem, North Rotem, Central Rotem. You see they all have this like little pink symbol. That's the indication letting you know that, hey, you can farm the dread enemies here or the veteran enemies, and you can spawn those Rappy spawn points, which also spawn captains as well as king captains. And yeah, you basically just follow the marker, you go around, you kill all of them. And so I think Maquis is going to be pretty barren for now, as people aren't going to be farming Maquis for their dread scales and all of that stuff. It's far more efficient to farm in South Rotem, North Rotem, or Central Rotem. It's just so much better there, since the veterans are a lot easier to kill. It's a lot easier to traverse the map as well. And then of course you get a bunch of captains to kill, which give you a lot of really nice capsules. So for my friends who are wondering what exactly drops from the dread farm, the first thing is LC capsules. You can get literally every single LC capsule while dread farming. Another thing is, of course, the dread scales. You get a bunch of dread scales. Remember, you're gonna need 50 dread scales every single week in order to purchase the XCD if you want to max out your skills to level 10. So that's definitely very nice to have. They also drop all of the stat 4s if that's something that you care about. They also drop mastery capsules all the way up to mastery 4. And more importantly, they also drop the customization discs A and B. I don't think they drop X. I haven't seen X drop from any of the mobs. However, I have gotten a substantial amount of Bs. Now, they don't drop like candy, but they drop a lot more often than the Seal Exploration, in my personal opinion, or my experience. And that's why farming dreads is my favorite piece of content at the moment. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the new limited time quest. As we can see here, a gift from Benefan. So as we can see from the featured item drops, we can get all of the Flugel weapons, you can get all of the different Octo armors, you can get armed refiners, you can get all the LC capsules, and you can get the winter 2023 and 2024 special scratch tickets. Now, on top of all the featured items, they can also drop growth mint, all of the different LC capsules. They can also drop more dread scales. They also drop a bunch of customization discs. And when you complete the limited time quest for the very first time, you also get rewarded 10 of the special scratch tickets. So make sure that you do it at least once to get all of these rewards. But more importantly, the reason why you would want to spam the limited time quest is the seasonal points. You get 30,000 seasonal points per run. Even though this limited time quest is considered more on the longer side, it's still worth it for seasonal points if that's the thing that you really want to focus on. This is still the most efficient way to get a bunch of seasonal points. Combat zone farming is alright, but personally I would farm this instead, simply because it gives you an assortment of all these good items that you can actually use and that you actually need later down the line to upgrade, as well as, you know, just make your character stronger. On top of that, you're also getting 30,000 seasonal points. Now, if you're having difficulty with the limited time quest, I highly recommend using the seasonal weapon because of the seasonal augment over here, damage resistance plus 20%. There is one very specific room, I believe it's the 4th room in the limited time quest, where all of the mobs are gigantic enemies, and the Banchers hit really hard. Even with Waker subclass, I've been one shot by that before. So you need to be a little bit careful there, as there is a death limit. However, even if you totally fail that room, it's okay. It still lets you progress to the 5th room and so forth and so on. However, it will affect your rank. So your rank will go down from an S rank to an A rank if you fail a room. So just make sure not to fail any rooms, or try your best. And if you are having a lot of trouble staying alive or just damage in general, then you can definitely pick up the very cool weapons over here. These seasonal weapons aren't amazing, I'm gonna be real with you, but you know, at least they get this 20% damage resistance. You get all this extra potency and damage, and the weapon potential isn't that good, to be honest with you guys, but nevertheless it gives you even more damage resistance, and it'll keep you alive, that's for sure. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Christmas seasonal event. It is now in full swing. So, of course, we have the new seasonal exchange shop. So, as we can see over here, there are a ton of items. You know, obviously, you want to pick up the tickets if you do want to do the special scratch. We've got a bunch of build parts over here. We've got some stamps. This one's actually pretty cute. We've also got some visual gauges. So, this is the HP bar thing. And you've got all of the seasonal weapons. I'm gonna be real with you, the seasonal weapons this time around are not very good. You can use them if you're having trouble staying alive, or if you don't have any other weapons, you know, they'll be fine. But personally, I don't really think I'm gonna be investing at all into these weapons. And yeah, As for the armors, again, they didn't give us any better choices over here. They stopped at Ajax armors. The Ajax armors, they're not really that good. Honestly, I think the free armors that you get at level 65 are probably better than these. Yeah, so I wouldn't really pick these up unless you are planning to use these for a dual quest. Then it's perfectly fine. There's a bunch of minerals over here. You can pick all of them up. There's growth mint, 300 growth mint. There's 150 dread scales. There's 40 NEX cubes. I don't really know why you would need that. But then there is the N Master Cube, of course, so make sure to pick that up. Arms Refiners, as well as Arms Refiners 2. And then you've got all of the different discs of A's as well as B's down here, so you can pick these up as well. There's also the X variant. You can actually buy 3 of them. And then you've got all of your different Defi capsules, phase 1 all the way to phase 3. You scroll down a little bit more and you've got LC capsules. This actually took me by surprise. There are a bunch of very nice LC capsules that you can pick up. Then you've got your regular stat 4s. You've got some mastery 4s over here, your Giga stat 4s, which is nice as well. You got a bunch of soul 4s you can skip. Dreadkeeper 4, sure, why not? I wonder why they're giving us 4s and not 5s. And then there is the alpha reactors, of course, 150 alpha reactors. Definitely you want to pick these up. It's just free money. There's star gems as well. I already bought these, and then the TA discs, I also bought these already. But yeah, these are probably the main items that you want to buy, and you're good to go. So just by highlighting everything, I need 4.2 million seasonal points. So this will take a little bit of time to farm for everything. I didn't even include the tickets yet. 4.3 with all the tickets. And if we like buy all the build parts, we'll just add all of this in as well. And let's see how much it costs. Yeah, so basically like just farm like 4.5 million and you should be able to buy all the key items. But obviously if you want to buy at everything, I'm not stopping you. You can farm 10 million points or whatever you want, because remember, the shop will refresh in 2 weeks time where we get more new items. And so you could always use, just save up a bunch of seasonal points. So when that does happen, you can just buy out more stuff. Now, if you do decide to PSE farm for your seasonal points, you can always come over here to the recycled items and actually purchase a point booster of 100%. It only lasts an hour, but it does increase the amount of points that you get by 100%. This is pretty useful for PSE farming. Remember, this does not apply to limited time quest. So the limited time quest gives you 30,000. Even if you pop this, it will not give you 60,000. So just keep that in mind. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the urgent quest. So the urgent quest is still the same. We can still run it twice. The bosses still have negative 30% of their maximum HP, but we do get 100% rare drop rate as well as a 100% fixer rare drop rate, which is definitely very nice. Now, on top of all of these boosts over here, this entire week we do have a schedule as well. I will leave this link in the description below so that you can check it out for yourselves. But there is a urgent quest schedule, so definitely take full advantage of this and run the urgent quest whenever you can, because, well, you're just going to be bullying these bosses and they're just going to die. Now, do keep in mind the bosses are not seasonal enemies, all right? So Dark Falls Aegis, Starfall Soulless, all of them, they are not seasonal enemies. So using a seasonal weapon against them is a very bad idea. So please use your regular weapons for these. And last but not least, I want to talk about the reward box. A lot of people have been asking, Caro, where do you get the reward box medals? And it is actually a daily quest. So when we go to our tasks over here and go to dailies, you can see right here, suppress a captain. So it is a daily, so you get one of these tokens every single day. So just make sure that you actually complete it every single day, because if you miss a day, that means that you miss one token. Now, the next question a lot of people have been asking me is, where on earth do you even find the reward box? It's actually under task/quest over here, and reward box right under the mission pass. Once you come over here, you can see this is the grid of all the different items. I'm going to use one of my tokens right now, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. As you can see, remaining items 40 out of 40. We're going to use our token, and wha-bam, we got the headpiece. Great. So as you can see over here, the Capricorn headpiece. So you can see now remaining items 39 out of 40. So the next time I scratch, it's not possible for me to get the Capricorn headpiece anymore. It's going to give me 1 out of these 39 remaining items instead. And so eventually you will get whatever item you want as you just keep scratching away. So make sure not to miss a daily.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.